Okay, the title already the title already says exactly what I would say here, but I I don't even know how to explain it. I was removing flooring at work and I hit the flooring. It's like a vinyl floor, and it flung up, hit my eye, and anyway, it kind of hurts. So I'm just gonna be back testing. Honestly, guys, I yeah, I'll just probably be listening to music and back testing. If you have any questions or want me to elaborate on anything, let me know. But I'm just gonna be back testing, and as I said, uh, or I've been back testing actually for like an hour or two, but um, I wasn't live. But you know what? I'm kind of bored and I want to go live, and so if anyone wants to talk to me, feel free. But I'm just gonna be back testing here, so let's just keep going. So I am right now. I'm really looking at this. I'm really liking this. Right at market open, we flung up into that 5 minute unmitigated gap, and I think there's a lot of opportunity with that. So I'm looking at that right now. But anyway, I'm not gonna be talking. I'm just gonna be listening to music. So, but you guys can watch as much or as little as you want. Okay. And like I don't even have my lighting on. It's gonna hurt my eye too much, so I'm not gonna turn on my lighting. But what I really like about this is we have the 90-minute true open here. We have the low time from true open here. We're gonna have to go back quite a ways. So 928. And I'm putting every single trade that I record in the trades from today, which is kind of cool. Okay. 928.07.5. Isn't this so sick? You can't make that up, bro. That's just insane. That is so cool. I'm sorry, but yo, if you still think that these 22.5 minute true opens aren't real, I don't know what to say. That's just insane, bro. I went down to the exact second. That is so sick. I don't like it's literally mind blowing. Okay, so what I wanted to show you guys, so the trade that I liked was basically um we have a 5 minute fair value gap above the current price action here, and you can see that this 5 minute gap is unmitigated. So what is an unmitigated gap? And I've never made a short form video on this, and I honestly should. But basically, an unmitigated gap is it hasn't even been used at all, right? So this gap right here has not even been tapped into ever. That makes it unmitigated. So if you're trying to long, let's say you're long like I did off of this outside bar, you essentially have to take profit at this 5 minute unmitigated gap. Because why would you hold through a gap that hasn't even been used once, let alone twice or 3 times, right? This gap hasn't even been touched. Like, look, before we actually get through it, we reject it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Like, guys, if it hasn't been used one time, I'm not going to. You got to take profit at it, right? So that is something that I realized from today is you really got to take profit no matter what at these 5 minute unmitigated gaps. I mean, it's like basically mandatory. I mean, if you don't, then it's just crazy. I don't know why you wouldn't, right? So this whole thing is just a giant 5 minute unmitigated fair value gap. And as well, within this, there's equal highs. So unmitigated meaning we haven't used it at all. We have not used it at all. And then the market, what? It rejects it, obviously, as of course it would, because we haven't used it at all. You target these to take profit. You don't try and trade through them, right? So, anyway, you can see there's the equal highs that I was talking about. And look at how we sweep them perfectly into the gap. Bang, right? Equal highs taken. So I talked about the trade that I took and how I messed it up, but it was a 5 minute outside bar and it was valid, but you had to take it correctly, and I messed up taking it correctly, which kind of sucks, but my eye hurts so bad. So yeah, there's the equal highs, right? I mean, this you don't go past this gap. You don't try and trade through this. It doesn't make any sense to do that at all. Hang on. So let's make a note of this, right? If we have a completely unmitigated gap that has not even been used once, don't try and trade through it. Don't try and be the hero. If we have a completely unmitigated high time frame gap, don't try and trade through it and take your trade through it. Don't try and be him. You just always take profit at these. Right when we hit them as well, especially in this case, because there's equal highs as well. So why would you try and go through this? It doesn't make any sense. If you were taking this inversion here, you would take profit at these equal highs into this unmitigated fair value gap. There's no reason to try and target whatever this L or R here. I mean, it is way more risk than it's worth to try and continue to run through this. So yeah, that's my point of what I wanted to talk about with this unmitigated gap. I'm talking a lot for saying I wasn't gonna talk. So what is this, Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. Do not try and trade through high time frame unmitigated gaps. Don't try and be the hero. Well, I'm gonna actually say anyway, with this in mind, right, we can actually frame a trade back down because now this is a 5-minute gap. If it's a 5-minute gap, what does that mean? That means we can align it with a 30 or a 15-second change in state. So first, I'm curious if there's SMT. Just makes the trade a little better. There's literally SMT with YM. I mean, guys, this is like textbook as it gets. As textbook as it gets. Oh my gosh. I think there was high time frame SMT and there's low time frame SMT. Sometimes you look back at what happened in the market and you really have to think to yourself, was it really this easy? Do I just like have a skill issue? I guess I have a skill issue because this is really, really not complicated stuff. Equal highs, unmitigated 5-minute gap. We sweep it with SMT, with YM. Hey, what up, Chess? Dude, if you can't tell, my eye is messed up. I pulled a stupid move at work today. And so I might not talk a ton, but anyway, we're still here. We're still backtesting. I've been backtesting for the past hour or an hour and a half. I have a lot of really interesting trades if you want to look at it. Actually, yeah, I actually want to show you, actually. So many interesting trades from today. A lot of propulsion block trades. Like, we have an order block, propulsion block, change state off of it. This is my Dynamis model. Order block, propulsion block, change state off of it. Same thing here. And then another version of that one here. So I really like those trades. Anyway, right now, go take a rest after, bro. Thanks, but dude, I don't know. I could, but also I don't know, bro. Like, I'm gonna be backtesting anyways. I think I'd rather just probably not talk that much. So if I stop talking, that's why. But feel free to watch as little or as much as you want. But like I said, if I don't talk, it's just because I don't feel like talking because my eye hurts, bro. But I'm still gonna be backtesting. Like I was saying, I'm gonna be backtesting anyways. So it's like, might as well live stream it, right? There's no point in not. There's no point in not live streaming it. But what I was saying is, when you have a 5-minute unmitigated provide gap like this, don't try and be the hero and try and trade to target through it, to target whatever drawn liquidity is above it. You don't need to be the hero. When you have an unmitigated provide gap like this, especially when you have equal highs, just always take profit at these unmitigated gaps. Pushing yourself sometimes causes burnout. Yeah, I'm always burnout. When am I not burnout? I'm not pushing myself. I'm literally just this backtesting is honestly therapeutic. Like, I like backtesting. I don't know. I was backtesting even when I wasn't streaming. So I don't know. I just like backtesting. Maybe it's because I do it so much. I don't know. Anyway, but I do agree that I should probably not overdo it, so I probably just won't talk that much. So hopefully you're cool with that, but I'm probably going to stop talking. Anyway, you can pretty much clearly see the accumulation, manipulation, distribution. If it is not obvious enough. Wow, and then there's a Phoenix model there. 2022 model there. Isn't that just really, really beautiful? You changed your strat to what? Yeah, SMTs and liquidity are superior. Oh, man, look at that Phoenix model. Yeah, so I guess we would probably want to align this with the 30-second here. Yeah, I mean gaps are just liquidity. Like they're just highs and lows if you think about it. So okay, so this is flow state, right? Where we have a 30-second change in state. Okay, all right, sounds good. No worries, bro. So this is flow state where you have higher time frame key level and then a line time frame change state delivery. Look at that. Look at how we wick into it. It literally looks perfect. Not that complex though. Okay, good. So then here, right, we would project this out. Now, I'm so curious. Was there SMT here as well? Oh my gosh. No way. There's stacked SMTs. I feel like I am just an idiot for not seeing this because this is the most obvious trade in the world. We're even delivering from Phoenix. So obvious. Anyway, I might not talk as much right now because I don't know. I just don't feel like it. Look at that. Look how perfect that is. 4 projections, 7 projections. Sure opens manipulated. I mean, genuinely, like, I think I just have skill issues because this should not be that hard. You took this trade? Dang. Nice, bro. I just have skill issues. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, this is not that hard. Like, okay, figure this out. We have an unmitigated gap above. Are we really gonna break through it? No, probably not. Oh, wow, we get SMT. Oh, wow, we have equal highs. We get a stacked SMT. We get a 30-second change in state off the gap. Like, is this really that hard? It really shouldn't be that hard. I'm just blind. I'm just blind. And my eye hurts. So, I'm blind in more than one way. But that's dope that you took it. It's really cool. Like, this is not that hard. It really isn't. And I just gotta really pay attention. There's an SMT with ES2. Dang. Yeah. I fumbled, bro. I fumbled this. This was not a hard situation to trade, honestly. I think the biggest takeaway from today with this situation is really pay attention to when there's an unmitigated gap because the odds that we get through an unmitigated gap are so stupidly low. Like, don't try and be the hero and try and take a trade that cuts through it. If we haven't even used the gap one time, odds are we're probably not going to break through it, and so just chill out. Like, stop trying to trade through these gaps. Try and trade in continuation to whatever's lower. And the cool thing is this is actually right at the RTH fill. I'm pretty sure. This is like almost perfect actually. I mean, if I go over here, yeah, this was literally perfect. Oh man, I am obsessed with trading, bro. How come the market is just so perfect? It literally hypes me up. What up, Javier? Bro, my eye hurts so bad, so if I don't talk, that is why. I really do not feel like talking right now. But for some reason, I'm still talking, and I don't know why, but my eye really hurts. So, but guys, you guys have to admit, like, the way the market is just so perfect, just is so fascinating. Like, it really does make you just never want to give up ever. And I am never gonna give up. But it's just like, especially with how the market's so perfect. Like, it feels like you can't give up. If you give up, you're like denying what you know. You know? Like, this is so cool. We we have a unmitigated gap. I mean, what happened? We went Phoenix entry, we had a 15-second 2022 entry, and then down 7 projections of this. This is, it's like, this really should not be that hard. But sometimes I make it out to be harder than it needs to be. Anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking. I don't feel like talking right now. Oh my gosh. Wrong way. It's like, this is not that hard. And I mean, as well, it's a 15-second 2022 model. Let's go ahead and screenshot this. $9:35:30 flow state, 5-minute aligned with the 30-second. All right, I gotta go. I'll be right back. But yeah, 2 huge lessons today. One, don't try and be the hero and trade through an unmitigated gap, an unmitigated fair value gap. There's no point. You are running against the wind. Second, so first always take profit when we hit an unmitigated fair value gap on the high time frame. Second, look for continuation off of them, and look for these aligned time frame changes to deliveries off of them. Because sometimes, like in this case, the trades will just be handed to you. They will. And like this is the perfect example of that. So really pay attention to these unmitigated gaps and then trade in line with them. Check Discord. I sent you SMTs. Okay. Yeah, I see. Yeah, there was definitely SMT. I think with ES as well, huh? Dang, bro. That's cool. I really don't want to turn this light on, but I will. Maybe I won't. I don't know. It's my eye hurts. I don't. Honestly, nah. It's not that serious. Okay. Hang on, just a little. Let me take a little break, and then I will keep back testing in just a second. Okay. I'm gonna keep back testing here. Dude, I love the way we use true opens. Like, is this not the most fascinating thing? I mean, look at this. I was just talking about this on the 5-second. But the precision is just incredible. Like, bang. Bang. It's incredible. Okay, next I want to take a look at this this 30-second or this 15-second what would probably be Khufu stack, where the original Khufu stack, not the new one that I made, but where you take it as Phoenix model and then 2022 model and then off the breaker and for value gap. This is, yeah, as textbook as it gets. It literally feels like, it feels scripted. It really does. I mean, this went from right from the rejection block on the 15-second to the fair value gap on the 15-second after taking equal highs with stacked SMTs. Like, this is too perfect. We went right to equilibrium. Like, what? And how am I still not like insanely profitable? Like, this, it's literally scripted. Rejection block, fair value gap, breaker, down to the RTH fill. What? It's so scripted. I don't know how people don't see it. Like, look at this. We go perfectly to equilibrium. I bet I don't even know, but I'm sure that we do. Wow. We go perfectly to equilibrium. Who would have thought? I mean, what? It's literally a script. This is crazy. Like, it's unbelievable. You just have to really actually see it in the moment. That's the hard part. So this is a Phoenix model, right? This is the Halcyon Protocol model, and then this is just the breaker and value gap. And then we go lower. That's insane. Like, it's just mind-boggling, honestly. Like, and I'm pretty sure if I were to figure out whatever the even lower time frame true open is, I bet you we would manipulate it perfectly. I don't really care to check, but I bet you we would manipulate it. But I don't want to go that low with true opens. So this would be a perfect example of a really good Kufu stack where this is the original version that I initially made where you enter at the rejection block, then 2022 model, then breaker and value gap, and then take all off at RTH fill. Like it's a script. It's a little script. And you read it, start to finish, delivered from the 5-minute unmitigated gap, and down to, well, the RTH fill. Just a little script. You just got to read it. Just got to read it right. This is literally perfect. This is the original Kufu stack. Because I changed it to basically Kufu stack can just be any series of 3 pyramid entries, but the original version was Phoenix model to equilibrium or to 2022 model to the breaker and value gap down to the low. So let's mark this out as Halcyon Protocol because I think this would be a cool trade to take. Once again, Halcyon Protocol is 2022 model, but you soup equilibrium with a tight stop loss. And I've never made a video on it yet. 9:35, 45. Halcyon Protocol on the 15-second. Okay. Oh my gosh, my eye still hurts so bad. Yeah, could you imagine hitting the OG Khufu stack? Be crazy. What would this be RR wise? So cool. The market is so cool. Why is it so perfect? Anyway, after we fill the RTH gap, what do you guys think happens? We reverse. Not without getting an internal sweep, though. So here's the 90-minute true open. Let's see. There's probably a new true open here. Oh wow, that's convenient. That's insane, bro. I can't. My mind can't comprehend how perfect this is. What? Maybe I should just look at the 15-second the entire time. Isn't it 9:52? Or wait. Oh wait. This is not. Wait, what's the true open? What is it supposed to be? Oh, it's supposed to be 9:50:37. Same thing. It's right here. It's the same exact spot. Unless, wait. Yeah, it opened up there. Like, bro, come on. That's so precise. I hurt so bad. Oh my gosh. My guess is here. Let's actually rename this. It did reverse after perfectly manipulating the London Open. Really? I'll check that out. That's pretty cool. Alright, I'm going to check that out right now. London Open. I never even look at London Open. Is that something I should look at? My guess is London Open and RTH Gap are the same spot then, huh? Oh, London. Oh, True Open. Oh, yeah. Oh, the True Open, you mean? That's pretty cool. That's something else I realized is like the prior true open of the prior cycle stays relevant. So, something to consider. But yeah, this is just too precise to deny. I mean, guys, is this not like is this not just amazing? I mean, you could have taken what is this? Is this an outside bar? This is literally an outside bar. You could have taken this outside bar on the retest. Right at 951, by the way, which is going into what? The macro. Dude, how do I not see this stuff? Am I blind? I think this is also a 2022 model as well. But yeah, we have an outside bar here. And true open gets souped into the outside bar. RTH gap gets filled. My guess is there's S&T with this low. I'd be surprised if there wasn't. Yeah, I mean, there is with YM for sure. Let's check ES. Yeah, there's S&T with YM. I mean, guys, these markets genuinely are perfect. And I say this so much, but the more you backtest, the more you realize how true that is. And every time you mess up, remember that it's a skill issue and that you suck. Like, genuinely, these markets are so perfect. Like, we manipulate the true open into the outside bar retest. Like, guys, come on. Come on. You can't seriously tell me with a straight face that this is not perfect. It's a masterpiece. And if you think about why the markets are a masterpiece, it makes a lot of sense. It's literally because the best traders are controlling the market. So, of course, the best traders are getting the best entries, which are going to give the best edge. I mean, guys, it's all skill. It's 100% skill, and if you take a loss, I'm not going to lie, it's on you. You got to figure out what happened. Learn from it. Don't say, "Oh, wow, I wonder I guess the market didn't work out today." Like, no, bro. Look at it. Look at what happened. It's going to tell you everything you need to know. Outside bar, retested it. Bang. After filling the RTH gap. Bang. That's perfect. I don't know why I'm talking so much. I already said I wasn't going to talk. I know. I don't get how other people don't see it. It's like the market's always right, and along with that, the market's the greatest teacher. Like guys, the market really is gonna tell you everything you could ever need to know. These gurus are gonna come around and saying, "Oh, you gotta learn this, take this course, buy this thing." No, bro. Everything you could ever need to know about the market is right in front of you. It's right in front of you. And yeah, period. It's right in front of you. Man, we don't go up for projections. But if you measure it out from the true open, then technically we do go up for projections. Well, I guess we obviously go up for projections way later, all the way over here. And then 7 projections all the way over here. But, like, that's not what I wanted. I would have wanted it to come up for projections right away. I think that in this case, you took this too? Jeez, bro. You're the GOAT. That's crazy. Weirdly good? That's insane. So, yeah, I would enter on the retest of this outside bar right? You see how this is an outside bar on the 1 minute? We retest it. It's also a 2022 model because there's a fair value gap there. And then honestly, with this external gap, low key, I would not mind just taking profit at 2 projections at this high. Now you, once again, this is all personal preference. Like, you could definitely target further, and clearly it works out. But I think for me, even this external gap is kind of scary. Like, I don't know. I think I would just target this high. But that's just me. But I am a very imperfect trader, so. Once again, you could actually not enter this outside bar until we take the true open, and then all of a sudden you turned a 2-hour trade into a 2.6-hour trade. That's pretty cool. Something to consider for the future, right? Let's actually just mark it out like that, honestly. Because, like, look at that. Is this not a better entry to soup the true open instead? That's how I would take it. Right at 9:54 too. So that's a 369 time. 9:54 outside bar on the 1 minute. And this is, yeah, we're souping true open, but I'm not going to put that in there. All right, 9:54 outside bar on the 1 minute. On a retest, souping the true open. I'm going to save that. Oh, man. It is getting really dark in this room. Do I want this on? I really don't. Ugh. My eye hurts so bad. Okay, I'm actually going to be talking less because I really don't want to talk right now. So I'm gonna not be talking. Sorry if it's boring, but I really don't care. It's not meant to be entertaining right now. I'm literally just back testing, so. But yeah, this was also almost certainly a 2022 model. Once again, I'm now not really going to be talking as much, so yeah. Look at that. Look at equilibrium there. Is that not the coolest thing? After filling the RTH gap, doesn't it just make you smile a little bit? Like you're telling me this is random? Yo, we gotta talk. We gotta talk. Me and my boy. Well, yeah, we gotta talk. This is not random. This is the furthest thing from random. I mean, not to mention the soup of the true open. We aren't even looking at that, and that just makes it so much better. Is that not just so cool? So another halcyon protocol here, where once again, souping a true open. Souping a 2022 model at equilibrium happened again twice in one day, and we go like that, bang, mark out equilibrium. And we soup the true open, and there's no drawdown on this. We could take this up 4 projections. If all you did was take these halcyon protocols, you would be so profitable, it'd be ridiculous. And then you could run this back up to where? Back above the 90-minute true open. That's so cool. Yeah, like I said, if all you took was halcyon protocols, you'd probably be so profitable. That's 7R right there. That's crazy. That is so sick. $954.45. Oh my gosh, and it's a 369 time. The more I learn about the markets, the more it's just so cool. Like, come on. This is so cool. Like, what? That is just insane. Insane. Wow. 9:54:45. There it is, man. And it's Halcyon Protocol on the 15-second. Okay. Hang on. Once again, I'm at the point in the stream where I'm not really talking, and it's not meant to be entertaining. I'm just going to be backtesting, so. Nigerian, what up, bro? I'm here. But this is definitely more of a chill stream. I'm not really talking. My eye really hurts, so watch as little or as much as you want, bro. But I'm probably not going to be talking. I really don't feel like talking, so because I kind of hurt my eye today, so. But how are you, bro? How's it going? What up, Jerry? How's it going? Once again, guys, I'm probably not going to be talking a lot right in this stream. This is more of just like documenting that I was backtesting. No, I work at a apartment complex, and we remodel units. Okay. But honestly, the fact that we filled this overnight gap so perfectly is just so cool. I said I wasn't gonna talk. I don't know why I'm talking. I'm not gonna talk. I really don't feel like talking right now. What should we look at now? Man, this was a chop fest from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. It was a chop fest. It was not fun to trade. Hey, Chess, you're still here? Yeah, guys, I like I said, I keep saying I'm not gonna talk, but I end up keep talking anyways. So I don't know. There was another trade right here. This was an outside bar. This was really nice as well. I've already recorded this. Have I? Wait, I don't think I actually did. So I didn't record this outside bar, did I? I didn't record the outside bar? Okay, we gotta record the outside bar. Hold on. Let's. You are not talking while you're saying you're not gonna talk. Hey, shut up. Yeah, I know I said that, but I don't know, bro. I feel like I gotta at least talk a little bit, you know? Otherwise it'd be super boring. What I mean by that is I don't want to talk, but I'm probably still gonna end up talking anyway. That's really what I mean. So this right here is very cool, and I haven't journaled this yet. What happened? Souped equal highs, stacked S&Ps, we talked about this. Another way you could have taken this if you didn't see all the other stuff we've already talked about, which, if you don't know, we talked about there's a 30-second change of state of delivery, there's a 15-second 2022 model, there's a 15-second Phoenix model, there's a yeah, those are the main ones. But if you don't see any of those, delivering from the rejection block right here, we have an outside bar. This is fire. This is so sick. And we should probably pull out the true opens again because the true opens make this even better. And let's keep the RTH fill there. I love backtesting, bro. I don't know what it is, but it's just so crazy how perfect these markets are. Like the more you backtest, the more you realize it, and it's just like you just can't understand how other people don't get it. You just don't, because it's just amazing. 922.30, okay. Drop down, find that other true open. We don't need the SMTs. So here's the other true open. It was 928. And then go to the 1 minute. What do you see here? Delivering from the rejection block on the 1 minute, we have an outside bar. Is it really that hard? Like, this doesn't seem that hard to me. Accumulation. Manipulation. Use of the rejection block. 1 minute outside bar. Bang. It shouldn't be that hard, but sometimes it's harder than it seems in live markets. But the more you backtest, the better you get. So anyway, here's the outside bar. If you can't see it, here it is. We take out the high and the low of the previous candle. We close with some pretty good displacement. Once again, that's not required, but a lot of time I like to see that. And then there you go. You can enter on the close. You can enter on the retest of this. Either one is valid. And you can project this out. Let's see. I'd project it out like that. Or I would just target the RTH fill, honestly. Now, obviously, if you measure it out from here to here, this wouldn't, the four projections would not align with this. But let's be so for real. If you're gonna take this trade, you're gonna take all off at the RTH fill every time. So once again, you could enter on the close. You could also enter on the retest, either one. Oh, my eye hurts so bad. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to not talking, honestly. That was right at 9:36 too. That's cool. Because 9:36 is a 369 time. Let's actually mark that out. Okay, yeah, I'm actually not gonna talk. And then same with the retest of the outside bar, which was also at a 369 time. Alright. I gotta go on a little walk, dude. My eye hurts so bad. Okay. I feel like we've looked at so much here. There was the first presented for value gap here. So there was a short off of the first presented for value gap. And I actually marked this out badly, but if you go to the lower time frame, mark this out correctly, we soup that true open. Alright, hang on, I'll be right back. Okay. Yeah, I want to take a look at the first presented for value gap because we actually came back and resouped that true open while rejecting the first presented for value gap. This is kind of cool. So we're going to want to get rid of everything here besides the true open. Wait, we might want to keep that. Okay, so the main things we want right now are first presented for value gap, which if I turn on the indicator, you can see it's right there. This is the first presented for value gap. I'm not making this up. Right? So this first presented for value gap is right there. So this was also a trade that you could take. Why didn't I see this? I don't know, bro. Something was wrong with me today. I think something's been wrong with me for the past 5 days. I don't know. I really have no idea. I've been trading like crap. I don't know why. But yeah, if you go look at the true open, right? The true open, we talked about this. It's perfectly right there. And what do you see happening? What do you see happening here? We soup that perfectly. We soup that true open perfectly. Then we run down. We already filled the RTH gap, but we run down and we retake the low. Finally getting an internal sweep within the RTH gap. Bang. Now that's precision. So 5 second, we're looking for a 5 second change in state delivery. Where is the best one to use? Or a 5 second inversion for value gap? I would probably say right here. I'd say that's the most obvious one. Now, obviously, this one's decent as well. This one, it's a little, I'm trying to think of the word. It's a little unclear. But this one, I really like this one. This 5 second change in state. And so right there, that is an entry right there. And once again, we're aligning a 5 second change in state with a first presented for value gap. I would put stop loss at the high here. Once again, like all of it, the thing with this move down is it changes state with this and this and this. Look at PM first presented for inversion and how it's getting used. Yeah, the PM one gets used as well, which is so cool. And another thing is we should look at quadrants as well. So once again, you can use this one, or this one. It really doesn't matter. This is the beauty of trading is like you can not be perfect and still get a really good trade as long as you're like decent. So you think I should look at the first presented for value gap of PM as well? Let's see. Yeah, so the PM1 is the same thing. It's overlapping with it, which is just so sick. So like both of these are valid at the same time. Oh, my PC's gotta plug my laptop in. What up, Nigerian? How's it going, bro? We're taking a look at this first presented for value gap short. Are you reading messages? Yes. Yes, I am. What's up? My eye really hurts, but I'm still here, still reading messages. How are you, bro? Once again, I'm really not talking. I'm trying not to talk right now. But I guess I'm talking more than I thought, but I don't really care. So this goes down 4 projections, and then finally we go back down to the internal low. You didn't tell us your real name was Jacob. Well, Jake and Jacob are very similar. What? How did you figure out my real name is Jacob? How did you figure that out, Nigerian? Did you go on my Instagram? I mean, yeah, it's Jacob. My real name is Jacob. I don't know. I like Jake. I also like Jacob. I like them both. Jacob's more personal. It's a personal version of my name. Jake is more just like, I don't know. It fits the vibe. Jake fits the vibe. Jacob is more of like, hey, if you call me Jacob, you're my boy. You know? Like, if you call me Jacob, you're an OG. I don't know what else to say. Like, Jacob is my real name. Jake is just like, it's just the vibe. That's all I have to say. By the way, guys, I am listening to music. If it seems like it's like really boring, sorry, but there's really nothing else to say besides I am listening to music. I'm just vibing right now. You should probably listen to your own music. I can't play music on stream. Otherwise, I would love to, but I can't. So once again, you can use any of these changing states. That's the beauty of this, is any of those changing states. All 3 of those. One. Here, let me actually circle this. Okay, we changed state here. We changed state here. We changed state here. Which change state of delivery do I use? It doesn't matter. All of them work. That's the beauty of it. All of them worked. All of them worked. It's just your risk preference. Which one did you want to take? Did you want to take this one? Okay, cool. You get higher RR. Would you want to take this one? Okay, you get a higher probability entry. You want to take that one? You get a higher probability entry. It's like all of them worked. Isn't that so cool? Like, trading is really just understanding of yourself and your own backtesting and your own conviction in your trades. Once you understand that, you have the power to just trust yourself. You can just trust yourself and not have to care what anyone else in the world says, because you trust your backtesting. You trust how these markets move. So ignore everyone else. Ignore everyone. Backtest. Let the market be your teacher. Let the market tell you everything you could ever need to know. There's nothing else to say besides that. Let the market be your teacher. Let it show you the truth. I gotta plug my AirPod in. How do I backtest? What do I look at? So, backtesting, you have to discover what makes sense to you by just looking. You have to look. Oh, both AirPods died. Dang it. Okay, hang on. So, how do you know what to look at? Well, one thing about the market is you have to develop a personal relationship with how you see the market. Because if you want to be a great trader, you can be a good trader just from listening to someone else. But if you want to be a great trader, you need to go into the charts and look at the market for yourself and see How do I understand the market for myself? How do I see how the market moves? Obviously, use what you know already, right? Whether that be, okay, I understand how an inversion for value gap works. I understand how a change to delivery works. I understand how a 2022 model works. I understand these things. Okay, I'm going to go into the market and see what makes sense to me. What does the market actually respect? What do I actually learn from what's going on? And then backtest. And then backtest it. Backtest it again. See, is it doing it over again? Is it doing it again? Is it doing it again? Is it doing it again? Okay, cool. Now I am starting to get the hang of how I see the market myself. And you're going to develop the greatest edge by having that personal relationship with how you see the market. Having that absolute personal relationship with how you see the market. And other people might say otherwise. They're wrong. They're just wrong. You have to have a personal relationship with how you see the market, because trading is it requires a personal relationship with the market. It requires it. Because reality is, how are you going to be better at trading than everyone else in the entire world unless you understand how to have that personal relationship with the market? You got to have a personal relationship. You got to understand it for yourself and understand what works for you. That's what I'd say. I'm going to teach you a nice strat, SMT strat, and show you the PM versus center for value gap. Wait a minute. Okay, sounds good. My eye still hurts, bro. Okay, I kind of want to gradient this gap. Let's put a gradient on this gap. Did I screenshot it yet? I don't know. Doesn't really matter. I wish I was still listening to music. Dang it. Dang it. Why don't you trade Asia right now? Because over time you realize that there's power in just staying consistent to a plan. No law of physics that says I can't just trade Asia right now. There's nothing that says I can't. But I know as a trader, psychologically, I'm going to trade better by having a plan, set amount of risk, and executing that amount of risk that I have every single day at the same time in the same exact scenario in the same exact live trading window. That's just my own personal way that I am able to understand my own risk tolerance. And obviously everyone's going to be different, but I'm not going to go against that. I'm going to just understand that, like, I don't need to be trading all the time. I can just accept that I just want to be consistent. I don't want to overtrade. I don't want to overdo it. I just want to be consistent. What if you see a clean move in Asia? Then I paper trade it. Then I'll just paper trade it. I don't need to take it. Because the reality is, I want to be consistent. If you just randomly wake up in the middle of the night, trade London in the middle of the night, and then you go to bed, and you trade Asia in the middle of the night, and then you go to bed, you trade New York as well, it's like you're going to end up just going... You got to have consistency in your trading. You got to have consistency. If you don't have consistency in your trading, it's it's just really hard to be consistent. It's harder. You make it harder on yourself. It's not impossible. I mean, I'm sure that you can. You can. It just makes it harder, but you can. I'm not saying you can't. But from what I've found, I like the consistency of just showing up for the same time, trading New York session, and just executing and trading live accordingly. But that's just me. That's just me. Obviously, you're gonna have to. Maybe your personal relationship with the market is trading Asia, and that is totally, totally okay. Totally. But you're gonna have to find that out for yourself. What makes sense to you? Check Discord. Okay. My eye hurts so bad. PM. That's dope. I don't. Yeah, we retest it, huh? That's cool. That's dope. I like it, bro. That's so sick. Okay, my eye's hurting too bad. I gotta take another break. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, okay, back to this first presented for value gap trade. All of these changes to deliveries are all valid. I mean, genuinely. There's not one that's really greater than the other. They're all kind of one and of the same. We manipulate the true open. You could take this one, or this one, or this one. Anyway, are reclaimed for value gaps good? So, the way that I understand reclaimed for value gaps is a gap for value gap that is used more than one time. If that's the reclaimed for value gap you're referring to, I love those. I love using gaps that, like, especially for framing a higher time frame model. I love using a gap that basically we've already used before, but we sweep out lows into, because it's higher probability. It's a higher probability gap. I'm assuming that's what you mean when you say reclaimed gap, but yeah, I mean, it's a higher probability gap. We've used it already, so if we're going to use it again, reclaim it, sweep out lows into it, and use it again. Dope. I love that. I love reclaimed gaps, honestly. But that's just me. there's 4 projections. You could also take this to the RTH fill. It really doesn't matter. So 9:48:05. First strike. 1 minute aligned with the 5-second. Anyway. What else do we even look at, guys? I feel like we've looked at so much. So many interesting trades today. 9:48:05, right? Yep, we saved that. And like I said, you could have entered on any of those change in state of deliveries or even on an inversion for value gap. It's really whatever you want. Okay, I might take another break for just a second. I literally I can't look at the screen for too long. It hurts my eye too bad. Okay. I wonder if we use this first presented for value gap again. We might. Look at this. So, how much later is this? This is at 2:20 p.m. We gotta take a look at this. This is so cool. There's so much opportunity every day. Like, in all honesty, just focus on one specific PD array. Focus on one. If it's too complicated for you, just say, okay, I'm going to focus only on the first one for value gap. And I am just going to sit here on the charts and wait for us to obviously use it. And then you just sit here, you wait, and then finally at 2 p.m., obviously this is a long time, but finally at 2 p.m., we fill it, efficiently deliver it, and then expand. It's like, obviously it's a long time to wait, but let's be so for real. If it's going to make you a millionaire, are you willing to wait 4 hours, 5 hours to make $10,000? I would say it's probably worth it, right? Anyway, we efficiently fill the first center for value gap. We go down to the bottom of it. Bang. Bang. And then, dude, it's crazy how simple it is sometimes. We fill the first center for value gap. Yeah, let's actually turn down the opacity on this. This is crazy. This is crazy how precise this is. Like, this, I need to make a video on this because basically when you efficiently fill a very specific gap like this, these are going to be some of the highest probability trades. When you efficiently fill a very specific gap. So in this case, we efficiently filled this first presented for value gap down and then up. When you efficiently fill and expand from a very specific gap. These are going to allow for some of the highest probability trades. Like, genuinely. Do you see this, right? We efficiently fill the entire gap. Right here, you could take this. You could genuinely take this. 15-second change. You could take this one as well on the retest or on the close. But look at the RR on the change instead delivery off of the fill of this. Look at the RR on this. I just want to show you how powerful this really is, right? 5-second change in state after filling this gap. I mean, this right here is, let's mark this out. This is the power of just taking one really good trade. You take this trade after efficiently filling it. Let's project out the order block. Seven projections. Wow, it's almost like 7 projections is a really good target, huh? It's almost like 7 projections is a really good target. This is crazy. It is just mind-blowing how precise these markets are. Once again, just wait for the market to efficiently fill this gap. Bang, 5-second change in state. After filling the gap, you could also target 4 projections as well. So 4 projections here, or you could just target the LRLR run, right? Just targeting the end of the LRLR, that's very reasonable. Very, very reasonable. So we've been generating liquidity this whole time. And then we run up. We take the end of this. It's very reasonable. Just target that. Honestly, you could even bring this down a little bit like this, and then LRLR end, and then TP2 at 7 projections. Does this really look that hard to you? Is this really like rocket science? I don't think so. I really don't. I think you just gotta be patient, because these type of setups are gonna form every day. But are we gonna be patient enough to just wait for them? It's not easy. It's not easy. But we can do it. Bang, LRLR end. Bang, 7 projections. We even go up to this high. You have to admit, the market's, honestly, it's kind of perfect. It really is. That's so cool. So this is first strike. Uh, 14-19. First strike. 1 minute aligned with the 5-second. Okay, be right back. It's getting late. 8:52. Trading is harder than rocket science. Maybe, bro. Maybe. But I'm still on that grind. It might be. Who knows? Should I put a poll in my Discord? What's harder? Trading or rocket science? Should I? I'm gonna do it. Bro, I cannot see right now. Anyway, so I mean, you could have taken this as a change of state. You could have taken this as an inversion for value gap. I mean, it really is just your own understanding of these markets, right? Because someone might see this as, oh wow, this is a 5-second change state delivery after filling the first presented for value gap. Awesome. Someone else might see this as, oh, we got a pin bar here. I'm going to enter on the pin bar. Someone else might see this as, okay, we have a 5-second inversion for value gap using 2 gaps as 1. And it's like, it's crazy because these are all valid ideas within the same price action. It's all within the same price action. But every single one of these trades are all valid. They're all valid. And so, like, don't put yourself in a box, guys. If you like inversion for value gaps, take inversion for value gaps. If you like change instead of deliveries, take change instead of deliveries. It doesn't matter, honestly. Like, it's really just up to you. It really is. Like this right here, this is first strike. It is the most simplest version of first strike you can get, but it's first strike. And you make 1.48 on your money in one day. Who's complaining about that? No one. No one's complaining about that. No one's complaining that, you know, you get what I'm trying to say. Like this, like 1.48R, if you could make that every single day for an entire year, 1.48R, you would be a millionaire, 100%. By the end of 1 year, if you made 1.48R, let's ask Grok. So, yeah, let's ask Grok. Assuming you are a normal person, if you made 1.48 RR on your money every single trading day for an entire year, assuming you're a normal regular dude, how much would you be worth after 1 year? They're not realizing that 1.48 means 148%. You'd be worth $1 million. That's insane. That's insane. You would turn 25K into $1 million after a whole year if you just took this trade. This is all. This is it. That's all you would need. Not to mention if you held this 7R, 6R. What is this? 8R? Crazy. That's crazy. Did I save this yet or no? I did not yet. Okay, let's save this. So 14, 19, 15. Okay. Well, should I keep backtesting or should I be done? Let's see how many people are watching. One watching. Should probably just be done. Should probably just be done. Yeah, we should probably send it here. I will be back tomorrow to live trade, and hopefully my eye doesn't feel terrible, and